unanimous consent that members not on the subcommittee be permitted to sit with the subcommittee at today's hearing and ask questions. Without objection, so ordered. I want to welcome everyone to the first hearing of the Rail Pipeline Hazardous Material Subcommittee. It is an honor to be chairman of the committee. It's been 8 years since I've held the gavel of a subcommittee. It's great to have this one, and I want to welcome Ranking Member Rick Crawford and all the new members of the subcommittee here. I look forward to working with the Ranking Member Crawford and members on both sides of the aisle, as well as staff, on the many issues that we have before the subcommittee, including pipeline safety reauthorization. We have a long tradition of bipartisanship, and I look forward to continuing that tradition here. This hearing is particularly important given the recent spate of pipeline incidents, both liquid and gas, that we have seen in recent years. Explosions and pipeline failures just in the past couple of years in Merrimack Valley, Dallas, Minneapolis, and locally here in Silver Spring have tragically killed many people and caused severe property damage. I want to acknowledge Congresswoman Lori Trahan and Congressman Seth Moulton, who will speak today about the Merrimack Valley tragedy and the impacts it has had on their constituents. From 1999 to 2018, the Pipeline and Hazardous Material Safety Administration, PHMSA, reported 11,992 pipeline incidents, which resulted in 317 deaths, 1,302 injuries, and more than $8.1 billion in damages. Incidents increased nearly twofold from 1999 to 2018. This shows that we still have much work to do to ensure the safety of our pipeline system, which must be our top priority. First and foremost, on the safety front, is the expeditious completion of outstanding rulemakings from the 2011 and 2016 pipeline safety reauthorizations. I do want to note the progress that PHMSA Administrator Elliott have made since the subcommittee's June 2018 oversight hearing and the outstanding mandates from the 2011 and 2016 bills. But it remains unacceptable that critical rules like the hazardous liquids rule, gas transmission line rule, and the valve and rupture detection rule have not been implemented. PHMSA's and USDOT's inaction continue to place lives at risk, and that is completely unacceptable. They must do a better job getting the regulations completed expeditiously. Given the delay in completing these important rulemakings, we need to examine PHMSA's rulemaking process to determine if there are obstacles to more swift promulgations of regulations, including the unique benefit-cost analysis that PHMSA is required to undertake as part of any rulemaking. I'm pleased to welcome my good friend Jennifer Hamady here on behalf of National Transportation Safety Board. NTSB recently came out with their 2019 to 2020 Most Wanted list of safety improvements. I look forward to hearing from NTSB about pipeline safety issues on this list in ways that Congress can address those issues. Additionally, NTSB currently has 36 open pipeline safety recommendations. 24 of those recommendations are to PHMSA. 3 of the most wanted recommendations to PHMSA are designated as open, unacceptable response, including finding cracks, defects in pipes. It's important that we move quickly to address NTSB's recommendations, many of which have remained unaddressed for decades, and determine if there are any new safety regulations needed. We also need to continue to assess the workforce capacity of PHMSA and ensure that PHMSA is properly staffed. This assessment should not only examine whether PHMSA adequately retains and has enough expertise and experience among pipeline inspector staff, but also whether PHMSA has enough technical and regulatory staff as well. I look forward to hearing from the safety advocates on the second panel about the safety gaps they believe exist and need to be addressed. I also want to consider how industry can take proactive steps to work with communities and first responders to help prepare and train local emergency personnel in the case of emergencies. It is important to ensure that robust emergency management and information sharing plans and procedures are in place should something go wrong, like it did in my district in Romeoville, Illinois, when a pipeline spilled more than 6,427 barrels of oil in 2010. Finally, I have heard concerns that some of PHMSA's regulations are woefully outdated and inhibit industry innovation in new areas. Therefore, it is important to listen to industry stakeholders on some of the challenges they face. I look forward to considering reasonable requests about how we can modernize our regulations while holding bad actors accountable and not compromise safety. I look forward to hearing from our witnesses, and now I recognize the ranking member, Mr. Crawford, for an opening statement.
Thank you, Chair.